Day 29, day 29. That's right, we are on day 29. 1 week, one freaking week till we open the doors on this place. It is good, like absolutely insane. So we've got some updates for you, but first I have a surprise guest. We've had some pretty amazing visitors that have come in to support us as we've been opening this new dealership, 800% Elite Auto Sales, which you are watching the docu-series behind the scenes, making a dealership from scratch in Lexington, Kentucky. The highs, the lows, the goods, the bads, the wins, the losses. My hope is that as you come along this journey with us, there's something that you can take away on your own personal journey as well. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you drop any questions. If you got any questions for me, drop them in the comments. I'll make sure to get to your questions as well. But along the way, if you have been paying attention, we've had a handful of guests come in to support us, come in to help us all the way along the way. But with that said, they pretty much all were a bunch of car dudes. Like, let's just be honest. A bunch of car dudes have been dropping by, and we've been doing car dude stuff, right? Like, we painted the whole building black, right? And when black and silver, Raiders colors, let's go, right? We got a barber shop going in there, right? And just like dude stuff, like tons of dude stuff. And then everybody that's come by is like turning wrenches, you know, rah, 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 that kind of stuff. And so it is important. I know, and I didn't really think about it much in the last dealership I was in. Like, I am surrounded by, my entire life is ran by women. Let's just clarify this. Women typically, like the really important, impactful women in my life, right? Like my wife, like my mother, Danelle Delgado, Lisa Copeland, you know, some of these women that have just been incredibly impactful and are super important. Jessica Coleman, super important to who we are today and who we are as a company. Like, my life is literally ran by women. I also have 6 daughters, you know, that too. So I say all that to say most powerful and important women in my life have taught me how to be, like, they've taught me the things to do, whereas a lot of the dudes in my life teach me what not to do. I'm just saying, that's been my case, right? That's been the case for me. And so I'm not dumb enough to think that we can do this without a woman's touch. And there's nobody on planet Earth who is better in the automotive world at helping people understand what that really means and looks like, and being able to share their perspective. So I am excited. I am headed to Costco right now, where we are getting ready to buy a bunch of TVs and PlayStations and stuff for the kids zone. But while we're on our way over to Costco, I want to introduce you to Katie Mapes. What up?
Hey, y'all.
Oh, Katie, welcome.
I'm so excited to be here. I can't believe I get to be here. This is awesome.
Isn't it cool?
So cool.
Yeah. So you just flew in. I think you came from Cali.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Came in from Cali, but you live in Canada.
I do.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a top-notch, world-renowned, incredible speaker.
Thank you.
You are an incredibly amazing and talented writer. Right? You have your book, Custom Her.
Yeah.
Custom the big H-E-R experience, yeah. Right? Custom Her experience. Your paper on the book was so fancy. But you're not fancy.
I'm not fancy.
Yeah, you're not fancy.
Not at all.
No.
I have zero fanciness in me.
Yeah, zero fancy. Author, speaker, trainer, consultant. Mm-hmm. You're almost like a much better looking version of me in the world, right? We both have books, we both do speaking, we both do training, we both do consulting, we both have things we're passionate about as far as the impact that we can make and the legacy we can leave. So super, super cool. So with all that said, so they know who you are, which you guys should go follow her on Instagram and YouTube. You can check out her TED Talks. She got a TED Talk on YouTube.
One of those.
But make sure you guys go check her out. With that said, you fly in from San Diego. You arrive in Kentucky very early this morning after an interesting night for you.
24-hour delay. Yeah, I flew in at 8:30 this morning.
Ouch.
Yes.
That one hurts. But you got into Kentucky. You make your way over to the dealership. You pull up. Now what? What are you thinking? What do you see? Tell them about it.
Well, it is black.
It is black.
And silver.
Yes.
And black.
Yes.
And silver. And so when I saw some of the cream colored couches and the green areas, like, okay. All
right.
And after learning your vision and you walking through the dealership with me, it's going to be incredible. I love the focus you're putting on for kids, because for moms, if they don't have to worry about their kids when they're shopping, it's everything. I do think we need to, so women, they like hedonic experiences, an experience of the senses.
Okay.
So the smell, the lighting, the temperature, the textures, the sound, the noise. It has to be
smell, lighting. So smell. So what do we need to do smell-wise?
Well, once your floors are clean and you're ready to go, it can't smell like a car dealership.
Right.
So finding a scent that is of vanilla's always good. Vanilla, cinnamon, baked cookies, like stuff like that a woman really likes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So keep going. So you said smell,
lighting,
the
fluorescents, especially in the washroom. Get rid of them if you can.
Okay.
Women, also the bathroom is a huge touch point.
Yeah.
And I didn't venture in there.
Problem.
Yes, I didn't venture in there, but.
So if you get rid of the fluorescent, like, what do you do?
Just softer lighting, just a little bit softer, easier to the eye.
So the fluorescent is too bright.
White and bright, hard on the eyes. And when a woman looks in the mirror,
women don't like bright light.
No.
You want softer
lighting.
Why?
It's just easier on the brain. It actually evokes an emotion or the chemical reaction of calm. And in the washroom, softer lighting, we just look prettier with softer lighting. So we feel better about ourselves. And then that confidence is there, and it's one less thing we have to worry about.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you said smell, you said lighting. Yes. Keep going. I interrupted. You were saying this hedonic experience.
The hedonic experience. So the music you're playing.
Okay. It's supposed to be what?
Well, I always err on changing it as the day progresses. So starting with something softer in the morning, both with the type of music as well as the volume. And as the day goes on, you progressively become a little bit more upbeat, a little louder, to match the day. And at night, same thing, kind of comes back down. So matching the mood of, someone coming in the morning might not be fully awake, might not be ready to be hit over the head with some loud music, especially a female.
Right.
So something that just allows them to wake up a little bit and wake up with the dealership.
Got it. Okay. So smell,
temperature, important not to be too cold.
So what is the right temperature?
I would say like 69.
Yeah, 70. I can do 69, 70. That's perfect.
And in the winter.
See, if my wife watches this, honey, 70 is perfect. Told you. I've been telling her that. She didn't listen to me.
And in the winter, if it does get colder, having the touches like a blanket near the couch, something that makes it feel a little more homey, something that they can warm themselves up with. Magazines, having a book library, like an iPad book library where you can actually maybe rent the books that they put on their phone, or
an iPad book library. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's like a digital, you're able to have a library of books without having them be tattered, and they can literally take them out and add them to their phone, and they can read while they're waiting. It's really cool.
So there's an iPad
with
a digital archive of books we've bought or something.
And they can rent for free.
And then they can
pull it onto
digitally,
their phone.
Only while they're in the store?
Well, they can keep it afterwards, or while they're in the store, but I would let them keep it afterwards. but it gives them something to do, something to.
So you're gonna
cruise
help
through.
me figure that out?
I can, yeah.
And that requires iPads?
iPads. Probably do a QR code too.
So since we're buying PlayStations, do I need to buy an iPad?
I'd get an iPad.
Just one?
Or two.
Two?
Maybe.
But if they're just pulling from the one, why do you...
Well, if they're perusing it and there's another customer sitting there, you might want to...
See how she dropped peruse in there?
Fancy
Perusing.
word.
Fancy. She's not fancy.
Not
though.
fancy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Keep going. So, yeah. So you got
Smells. So really important that going back to smells, whether you're pumping the smell through the dealership or you are creating it through actual baked cookies. Really easy to do. Having fresh baked cookies are always big.
What do you mean easy to do?
Like
How is that easy to do?
Toaster oven, frozen cookies, fresh smelling, fresh bake every day.
That's
really easy to do.
How do you
Makes a
keep
huge
everyone
impact.
from getting fat in the employees?
That's on them. That's
I'm
self-discipline.
saying the people that work
I know,
there.
that's on them. That's self-discipline.
But if it smells like fresh cookies all the time,
Yum.
see? Yum. That's gonna
I'd be
make them want to
self-disciplined
eat.
though.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. And homey touches. So I liked seeing the fact that you had the green and you're going to put the beige couches, and
Yeah.
that's really important. And as the dealership gains traction and there's more customers, because you're going to be so busy because you're going to have the coolest dealership on planet Earth,
For sure.
making sure the wear and tear of the furniture, the rugs, it just has to be replaced immaculate, and ensuring that you're flipping that lens and like sitting where the customer is sitting, looking from the customer's point of view, not from where you stand or where your employees stand, because you don't see what they see.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you see? So, what did you think of the store that we have? Was it what you expected? Bigger, smaller, more rundown, better shape? What were your thoughts?
Way bigger than I expected. I think that it is really cool, the concept you have with the podcast booth. That's really awesome. There's still some work to be done.
For sure.
I think it's fantastic.
Well, thank you. You think we can pump some cars out of there?
I know. I know you will pump lots of cars out of there. For sure.
All right. So, what about like outside the store or anything? Is there anything else I need to do? Or do we just need to make sure that it smells like cookies?
Well,
and
no, the outside, I
everything's
don't know
in
if
good
you're
shape all the time?
if you're complete with it yet, but yeah, where they're going in, important to know, making it easily visible, parking, where are the customers parking, making that easy to see, because I didn't know which way I was coming in, but you're still under construction, so.
Right. Yeah, you asked about that.
I did ask about that. Yeah.
And then I got some dude coming out for like the landscaping. Does landscaping matter, or is that a man thing?
Yeah. Oh, if the more you can do to make it feel, for lack of better words, homey,
Yeah.
the more they're going to feel comfortable being there. But the one thing that I think that you have that most dealerships don't have, you have female employees. We were talking about it today. It's the first question. One of the first questions I asked you is, how many women do you have working for you?
Yeah.
I am a true believer that more women bring more women, and more women bring more money. And so if you have, what you do, 35-40% female employees, women want to do business in places they see themselves in, and women want to work in places they're represented.
Sure.
So half the battle is having the women love what they're doing and being in the dealership, and you've got that.
Now, question. And depending on how she answers, I may or may not leave this in the video, because I know some people will be watching. So, black, white, and silver is our thing.
Yeah.
And so we have uniforms for everyone.
Yeah.
And they're all black with the logo, like basically like this. for the men and the women. How do you, is that okay? Is it not
The women
okay?
are wearing polos too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think women should be able to. So a lot in the industry, and this is not just my observation, but feedback from women. I actually heard it last week when I was with Toyota and speaking at their women's event. Women have felt like they've had to act like and be like men in order to get ahead in the industry.
Okay.
And one of the women that was speaking showed a picture of her and 3 gentlemen. She's one of the executives, and so it was 3 men, her, and they were golfing. She was wearing a red polo with khakis, and the man next to her was wearing a red polo with khakis.
Right.
And she said, "That's not diversity." She said, diversity versus, that is diversity. Sorry, I'm botching it here. That is diversity, is when you are asked to the dance. Inclusion is when you are asked to dance just as you are. And so I would say that I would not have them dress the same. I'd let them, even if it's, and I don't know how your polos are done. Are they fitted? Are they more like women? Or are they?
Yeah, they have the girls ones and the boys ones. Jessica took care of all of that.
Yeah, I would have options is all.
Like what kind of options?
I mean, if you have to go with polos, maybe even white or silver, something that's not black, but maybe that's a mix-up for everybody. I'm not a big proponent of uniforms, so I'm probably the wrong person to ask this question because I don't believe in them. I believe people should share their personality in the way they dress and show up. But if you're women,
but all
love
of my
it.
people can share their personality, and we really want them to share their personality. But there's power in being part of a team, and there's a lot of psychology behind that. And there's a reason that sports teams put jerseys on, which male or female, right? I was watching some women's beach volleyball today. They're matchy.
They are matchy. You're right.
There's power to a team. And then from the employee or from the customer standpoint, just knowing who to talk to, I think there's benefit there.
I'm not disagreeing
but no,
with the
I'm
benefit.
just talking through it. Like, so how do you
Here's the other
do both?
The other question is, with your females on your team, are they good with it? Are
So they say they are, but you know, would they say they want? Would they say that if they're not?
I would hope so.
Based on what you just said, where most women feel like they just have to fit in.
I would hope you've created the environment because you're you and the way you run your team that they would speak up.
That's true.
Because you're not a normal leader where they would submit and just say nothing. You welcome opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
And you create an environment where people can speak up.
So it would be okay if they were all polos, you think, as long as they had some color choices?
I would say color choices. I just personally don't love polos either. Maybe I'm fancy.
You are fancy.
But I just think it's not the best shirt for a woman. It's very manly.
We're gonna go in here and do some shopping. You guys want to come? We'll take you with us. All right, so for the kids area in the new dealership, we are putting, what did we say, 4?
4, but you need 5 of them.
55s, right? 4 55s, which that's a good picture, right? I think that's a good picture.
I think so. Oh, look at that puppy. You need some puppies.
We do need some puppies. And if you ever shop around, like Costco is the jam. $270, 55-inch TV. We're gonna grab 4 of these. Oh, you said 5?
Well, you need 5 for the other wall for the finance lounge.
Finance lounge. So 5 of these, and then we're gonna keep going. All right, cool. It's so long. I didn't know you were still. Okay, there we go.
right.
time I bought some TVs like this, we did an ad. Some of you may have seen it. I don't know if you saw it or not. Where we gave the kid a free TV. Did you see that ad?
No.
So there was a local dealership that did one of those scratch off mailers. Oh, you want a TV? That kind of thing. So this 6-year-old kid gets the mail, scratches it off, tells his mom, "We want a TV."
Oh.
His mom's like, "Bro, that's not how it works. It's a scam,
Yeah.
da 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 da." He's like, "No, he won't believe her for nothing, right?" So she calls the dealership. "You need one of these, boss?" It's not. I mean, $270, 55-inch. It's a heck of a deal, man. I'm getting 5 of them.
No, he's not joking. He's getting 5.
Really?
Yeah.
We have we're opening a new car dealership over there on New Circle Road. We open next Monday, and we need some TVs because we're hooking up PlayStations and stuff for the kids.
That's pretty cool.
In the kids area, yeah. So, kid says we want a TV. Mom says, "No way, dude. It's not real." So she calls the dealership so that she can prove to her son this is not real. "Hey, here's what we have. Here's what the flyer says. It says we want a TV. I know we didn't win a TV. Will you please tell my son we didn't win a TV?" "Oh no, ma'am. You want a TV. Come on down. You want a TV." So the mom's still like, "No way." Dawson is the kid's name.
Yeah.
So Dawson's like, "Well, I want to wear a suit because I know they're going to take a picture of me with the new TV for the newspaper because we want a TV, right?" And the mom's like, "Oh my gosh." So she gets Dawson in his suit, takes him down to the dealership. Guess what? No TV.
Oh no.
She's mad.
Well, yeah.
She already knew, but now he's upset.
Yeah.
So she makes a post on Facebook about the whole thing. And it goes bonkers. And in that post, people are tagging me like crazy. Glenn Lundy, they're tagging Dan Cummins and the dealership I worked at. So I see this post, thousands and thousands of shares, like it's going nuts. So I see the post and I'm like, okay, we cannot let this kid's first experience of auto be this.
No.
Like, we just can't do it. So I got with my management team, everybody chipped in. We went to Walmart, we filmed the whole thing. We went to Walmart, bought a TV, some sort of gaming station, I don't remember which one, and some video games. Might have been a Switch, I don't know. But we got them a gaming thing and a Switch, we got him a TV, and then we called him, and we brought him in, and he wore his suit, and we got a picture of Dawson with his brand new TV.
Oh.
And we videotaped the whole thing, and that video went viral. And we never badmouthed that other dealership, but we were like, you guys better quit this stuff.
Yeah.
So fast forward, the owner of that dealership calls me.
Yeah.
Because it's everywhere, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
He calls, "I can't believe you guys would do this, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "Bro, we're not doing anything other than giving a kid a TV because you wouldn't."
Yeah.
So then he decides, and he goes out and buys a bunch of TVs, and now he's actually giving people TVs. Too late, too little, too late. 3 months later, we bought the dealership.
That is
He
awesome.
just threw in the towel.
That is awesome.
That's what this reminds me of.
All right.
With all these TVs.
Now PlayStations, yeah.
All right, now PlayStation. All right, so that's day 28. Katie and I got the TVs knocked out, which is great. So that part was done. It was a little crazy, but we got that done. And Zach, oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at this. Let's go. Little cheese on top of that salad.
Is it like fresh right pepper, right?
I'm okay.
A little bit for me, please, if you don't mind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're here at Tony's, amazing restaurant in Lexington, Kentucky. Tony's. And Zach, I talked to Zach, and he told me they got a bunch of banks on board today, which is amazing. And so we're good there. And then, what other updates? It really was banks. James hired his last piece, so he's got everybody he needs over there in service. We got the TVs, we got the mounts, we got all that set up. So we're good that way. And there's some repairs on the finance lounge. They still got to figure out the electric. They still got to figure out the electric in the finance lounge, so we're trying to figure that out. And really nothing else like happened today that you don't already know about. A bunch of cars came in over the weekend. They've been delivered. Auto Hauler Exchange is amazing, by the way. So a bunch of cars got delivered. The lot's got like 70 units on the lot now. Another 130 to go. Details crushing it. Service department looks good. Everybody's hyped. Oh, Zach had his first daily morning meeting today. Followed the lead process. I loved. He checked in with me and was like, "How about this? I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." So he held a meeting at HQ today. So a lot of the people go like with everyone. His meetings are with the detailers, with the service people, with the sales people, with the BDC. Yeah, thank you.
Very well. So the darker butter is your sweet bourbon butter, and the lighter's the house whip.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you. So instead of just being like a sales meeting or service just having a meeting by themselves, everybody met together, and they're starting that. They're doing that every day, starting today, and they'll do that all this week, even though they're not open until August 5th, right? Like, start teaching and practicing, that's the right word, start practicing the behaviors you want to see when we're open now is really the key, right? So proud of him for that. I got a lot of feedback, said it was a great meeting, super high energy, everybody was encouraged. He helped set a clear path on where everybody's going, things like that. So daily morning meeting, we've got cars, we're rocking and rolling. We're 6 days away from opening up, or 7 days if you count today, from opening up, selling our first car. Oh, Casey Davis got 8 leads. She got 8 leads over the weekend with some just tiny ads that she's been running for like $5 a day or something silly. But she got 8 leads. 8 leads got over to Melissa, and they're starting to set appointments for next Monday. Because I told them, like, look, bro, the worst thing that could happen is we open the doors Monday and we're not busy. So let's start setting appointments this week so that we can be in business next week. That's about it. Katie's gonna make sure that we custom the her experience so that it feels good there. And a shout out to Dave and Dave. Those guys came out from Car Tool, and I don't know the name of Dave's other company, but him and Michael Barrett do amazing things when it comes to the consulting side. So thank you guys for coming out too. I really appreciate you. And to all the banks that are onboarding and letting us on board and helping us out with that, super stoked for where we're going with that. It's going to be incredible. So on that note, have a good night. I'm going to eat a big old fat steak, and I'll see you tomorrow.